This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. They say the Bahamian people have been asking for it, and they have finally delivered. Just about all third parties, with the exception of the Democratic National Alliance and the Coalition of Independents, have joined forces to form yet another new political party called the United Coalition Movement. The party was officially launched on Tuesday at Global Ministries in Pinedale. Our Jcn Saunders was there and filed this report.
At least 4 political parties have merged so that they are able to speak strongly and loudly with one voice. On Tuesday at Global Ministries on Pinedale, various party members spoke in unity. Their goal is to truly transform the Bahamas and break the back of the Progressive Liberal Party and the Free National Movement Old Boys Club, which they claim has sucked the country dry with only minimal benefits and opportunities for the vast majority of Bahamians over the past 40-plus years. The new party, United Coalition Movement, or UCM, will be headed by newly elected leader Cassius Stewart, leader of the Bahamas Democratic Movement. His deputy, Ali McIntosh, servant leader of the Bahamas Constitution Party. Adrian Francis, leader of Operation Sovereign Bahamas, is the party chairman. During his maiden speech, UCM party leader Stewart, who will run in Central and South Eleuthera, says he is thrilled about the new developments and the dynamic team of candidates they have put together to take down the PLP and the FNM.
What this United Coalition has done is chosen the best of the best from among all our candidates, so that we could finally put together what we call the dream team. We have the best from Ali McIntosh team, the best from God Rusborough team, the best from the BDM, the best from among the independents, so that we could finally put together an alternative government to show the PLP and the FNM what true governance look like.
According to Stewart, the full slate of 39 Dream Team candidates will be revealed in the coming days. At the press conference, Stewart's comments suggested that incumbent independent candidates like the outgoing Speaker of the House of Assembly, Halston Moultrie in Nassau Village, Reese Chipman in Centerville, and Frederick McAlpine in Pine Ridge are also a part of the United Coalition. Although shortly after the launch, reports surfaced of both McAlpine and Chipman saying while they support the United Coalition movement, they have not officially joined the new party. Meanwhile, back at the press conference, Mr. Stewart went on to say the goal of the UCM is a simple one, and that is to adopt a policy known as Bahamas Number One. The goal is to make the Bahamas number one in the region in many different areas of society.
The new day will bring what we call the best of the best, and we will be able to implement what we call our policy of number one. We want to make sure that the Bahamas is number one in everything. We want to make sure fix our healthcare system. And making sure that we are the healthiest country in the region, we will embark on an aggressive agriculture program. For the last 30 years, people, we have suffered with a national average of a D. I am here to tell you that the new day is going to bring us to the point where we are number one in education in the Caribbean. We have to make sure that we restore our economy. We claim that we have the highest per capita, third highest per capita in the region. But when you really look at it under a microscope, most Bahamians don't have no money.
Mr. Moultrie, who is part of the United Coalition leadership team, says they do expect more third-party forces to join them in the next few days. The UCM is using a spin off both the Free National Movement and the Progressive Liberal Party's slogan, "It's about your future" and "A new day," respectively. Mr. Stewart says supporters of the UCM should wear their national colors and look for their newly released logo that will be on the election ballot.
The change that you want is here today. The Bahamas, we said this one, this one, this one, this one is for the country. This one is for the country. We're going to say to you on nomination day, we're going to say to you, wear your Bahamian colors, wear your Bahamian shirts, bring out your Bahamian flags. It's not about party colors, it is about the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Raise your flag and say, this one is for country.
According to UCM Chairman Mr. Francis, they had several meetings with the DNA and with the Coalition of Independents. But in the end, even though they all have the same goals, the DNA and COI decided to chart their own course at this time. Expect to hear and see more of the newly formed United Coalition movement in the coming days. Jarino Saunders for JCN News.
With the Pfizer vaccine receiving full approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, the first jab to do so, Health Minister Renford Wells hopes this will entice more Bahamians to become vaccinated. He tells reporters before attending the weekly cabinet meeting on Tuesday.
Well, I'm hoping it does. That it's been moved from emergency use listing now to having been approved. It may lend some credence for some, but I do believe, given what I've seen from in July, before we actually got our third tranche of AstraZeneca, the lines were long for Bahamians. I mean, they were wrapped around the vaccine sites for Bahamians who were saying, listen, we've looked at the data, we realize our national circumstance, and we are now here to say we want to get vaccinated.
The Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are currently available in country. Of some $3 million allocated to dish out on vaccines, Minister Wells estimates how much has been spent thus far.
I will say that right now we would have put down $45,000 on the Johnson & Johnson. I believe in total the Johnson & Johnson is going to cost us somewhere a little over $300,000 that we're paying through the African platform, because it's Africa and the Caribbean that has come together. So the Bahamas is paying the Bank of Africa that actually purchased all of the vaccines. So that's about $300,000. I believe we've spent through the COVAX facility, we've probably spent somewhere in the area so far about $1.5 million, but I'll need to get the exact figure as to how much we've actually spent. But we've had donations. The Pfizer that is coming from the US is donations, and then we're going to also have Pfizer that's coming through the COVAX facility, which is 57,000 doses, which we're going to pay.
Earlier this month, the United States donated 128,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. It's the only vaccine in country approved for children 12 years old and older. At last report, a total of 55,291 people are fully vaccinated in country. Tertiary institutions, the University of the Bahamas, UB, and the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institution, BTVI, condemning a recent video circulating social media and is calling on the person who commissioned the video to remove it forthwith. In a joint statement by UB and BTVI, the institutions disassociating themselves from what they term an unapproved video posted to Facebook. UB and BTVI say they strongly condemn the language and behavior displayed in the satirical video posted on Saturday, August 21st, which makes light of the education system and connects it to their brands. The statement says, as national tertiary institutions, they are appalled by the disturbing video, which includes profanity, sexual innuendos, violence, and a total lack of respect for the teaching and learning process. It continues, the institutions are grieved that such a video would be sanctioned, particularly as the nation is already reeling from a multitude of societal ills. Now, while the video speaks facts about the government's free tuition grant available at both institutions, both say some of the content are contrary to the standards upheld and what is expected in the classroom. They add that what exacerbates the message of extreme misconduct in the video is the fact that both institutions' websites, URLs, and logos are prominently displayed, giving the impression that the video is sanctioned and approved. Further, the video has been widely circulated on social media, resulting in a disparaging view of their brands. Officials say this is not the image they wish to have associated with what they have worked hard to build. It is most unfortunate, they say, that someone well-intentioned or otherwise has taken such a positive opportunity to attend their institutions and sought to sully it with inappropriate behavior. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.